Hello and welcome back to another episode of Coffee in a Boardroom at CEPTES. I am your host Shani and we are back again with another episode. Today we will talk about Salesforce data management. And a lot of our clients and our partners also telling us about to address this data challenges and what to do with their data, how to manage data. And this is a growing concern for each and everyone and for all the enterprise companies. So we thought today we will address these concerns through our podcast. So hi Harish, hi Pierre.
Hello,
Hey.
Sani.
So today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Harish Kumar. He's a CEO of X-Files Pro, and I would like Pierre to introduce and introduce yourself, and also Harish, you can tell that how what is about your journey and how you do things like Salesforce data management. What is your opinion about Salesforce data management? So you can up to you, Harish.
Okay. Thank you, Sayani. Thank you, Priya. It's a great day to join and then have this kind of conversation. I think I and Priya has been working on the Salesforce ecosystem for more than 15 years now. Started in 2010, right? And it's a great journey where we have able to connect with so many different customers of a different background or different portfolio, which we can say, and we both got an experience working with them, understanding how their business is shaping up using Salesforce. And those were the times and those were the discussion that shaped up a lot of products that we are selling to the customers today, which includes the data management suite of solutions. So it started with one product called X-Files Pro, which was basically catering to the file management solution. Today, it has grown to a massive product where we are multiple offerings, which includes OCR, document generations, e-signatures, workflow management, and many stuff related to the file solution, and also added a lot of other data management suite like backup, archiving, security, audit, and stuff like that. So if you see, the journey is still on, and we are bringing a lot of new things on the product as well, and this is only helping the Salesforce ecosystem to for our customers to do things better, to get a better ROI on their Salesforce investment that they are doing, and being we are able to contribute or able to put some certain dent on those things is really, we feel proud that we're able to do that to our customers, and we're happy to be part of this journey.
Yeah. Very excited about Dreamforce 2025 and we are joining there as proud sponsors. So I would like to know from you that what are you most excited about? What are your wish list? What you are looking forward to?
I think if I can start, like this is probably going to be our 10th year, maybe 10th or 11th year that we are representing ourselves in Dreamforce. And one way it's a good. It's not that kind of more than a decade and 10-time presentation for a Salesforce partner company over there. It's a massive. And luckily from last 3 years we used to get innovation awards, right? In a 5 different awards we got in the global innovation awards, right? Which is a great. Last 3 years continuously we are getting it. And and Dreamforce is always a festival, right? Once in a year, and we are very, very excited to meet our customer partner, know about what new things are coming up, CRM, and that to be on top of Agentforce, and the data is a critical to every CRM that we are talking about. Very excited to know what new things that Salesforce has to offer to the client, and same way new learning, meeting new customer, new company, and trying to solve what we are solving today for enterprise customer. We're trying to solve and understand their pain point. We're having a booth there and going to talk, going to meet a lot of people. Yeah, very excited.
So, same thing, Harish. I would like to know from you as well that how excited are you for Dreamforce, and what are your expectations from the event?
Um, uh, Dreamforce, as Priya said, we have been there for so many years, and it's always been a great time because Dreamforce comes in the end of the quarter, which is end of the year, and this is where Salesforce talks about the future, talks about what's coming next, and this is very important for partners like us to get to know what the technology and what Salesforce stack is coming for the future for our customers, so that we can use those information, those insights which is being shared during this Dreamforce keynotes and stuff like that. Where this data, we are able to use it as a product company. We are able to get those insights and see how this technology we can adopt in our products, so that we can serve our customers better. So, and this year we are more excited because definitely number one, CEPTES is also having a great booth in Dreamforce, and being getting aside with him, trying to connect with a lot of people will be a double excitement for us as well. So looking forward to see what new things Salesforce is coming with the AI, and new things that Salesforce is going to bring. So we are always looking forward to get a lot of new things from Salesforce.
Right. So, since today's topic is Salesforce data management, I have a fun question for you. So, I want to ask, like, if data were a character in a Netflix show, what would it be? The hero, the villain, or a plot twist or very important side character that nobody thought about until it is too late?
Now it's a no-brainer. Data is always a, we called oil, we called the digital currency. Data is everything, and of course, data is being hero. But the way is data is being managed, the way is data is being stored, the way that we see those challenges of security and kind of all those challenges, sometimes the same data turning out to be a villain sometimes for enterprises, right? And that is where how Salesforce data management is so critical, that enterprise sometimes we know the risk, but we are ignoring certain times. And that's where that we are trying to figure out and educate and advise the companies and by utilizing the tools which are most popular in App Exchange or native tools and things like that. Yeah. How about you, Harish?
You're right. It's like that movie Bazigar, where the hero and the villain is the same. So truly, it comes to the state that data is required, and also when it is too massive, it becomes a problem. So it's a good, because without data, business cannot grow. It is bad because if there is volumes of data and the data lying here and there, companies operational cost is increasing. They are not able to manage it well. It's impacting their business as well. So, and this two combination is a deadly combination, and people wanted to solve in both ways to make sure that they have a bridge wherein ensures that it is not giving them a problem, but able to actually use that for their benefit. And I think AI is that particular heroine, in the sense which is solving the problem to make the guy better.
Yeah, I think in the same context, the AI is the Bajigar Shahrukh Khan here, right? So if you look at that, with AI, you can do many things with the data, but without proper guardrails, without proper boundary and all that one, anybody who got the access, probably they are going to misuse the data also, right?
So I would like to know from both of you that in your opinion and experiences, what are the biggest misconceptions leaders have about Salesforce data management? So what are the number one mistake they're doing, day-to-day basis while handling Salesforce data?
The data that we are processing, we need it. All the data that we have it, we need it. That's a misconception. Not necessarily. It's like that home, like you have all the things which is there, but actually you don't need it. You only need certain information from those data, and that's all it's all brings to. But the other challenge which enterprise always happens is the data, they don't plan for the future. So there has to be a strategy for every company, that how when they talk about the solution, they also need to understand if the data volume increases, do you have a strategy in place? And that strategy will help them to say that how are we going to manage the data, how are you going to be compliant as well, because companies, when they have data, they have to ensure that they are meeting certain compliances. It might be 5-year retention or 10-year retention, depending on what industry they're working on. So there is a connection that they have to do it. There is an investment that they need to plan way ahead, so that there is a strategy that is put on the data. If there is a good strategy, then I guess then it won't be a challenge. It will really be helping them. So all those challenges can easily be sorted out.
Yeah, and what do you think, Pierre?
As Harris mentioned, uh, we need to also understand where you keep the data and how you operate. Are you keeping the data in-house with a relational database system or a file system, or you are relying on the cloud platform or enterprise platform like Salesforce? In that case, Salesforce we are talking, but it could be a ServiceNow, it could be any other system that we are talking about, right? Now, we need to understand how the multi-tenant architecture in SaaS companies works, right? Increasing the data definitely and not managing it properly. There are compliances issues, we understand, but there are also solutions to that, right? Now, how we handle this are the leaders, as you talk about what leaders are supposed to take the call, they should understand the company's larger total cost of ownership, right? Now, one of the hidden costs that we have seen in one of the enterprises today, they pay more storage cost than the license cost, right? Now, as Hari said, is it really required, that data? If it is required, can it be offloaded to a data warehouse or a cold storage? Can the data be available in today's world? It can be virtualized. It can be keep it at any point of time whenever you required. Is it really required that you are going to keep it in the SaaS and pay more cost, and performance going to be a challenge? Data management is going to be a challenge, because anytime Salesforce is coming up with a governor limit of every time for everything that to work well, probably that is not going to work it out, right? And that is the reason it has to be managed it well, right? That's a number one. Second part is challenges in the security side of it also, right? Where they are keeping, of course, moving to multiple places, same copy of data, that poses more risk. They need to sync the data in all the places at the same point of time. Otherwise, which is the source of truth? Which is the primary that they can refer it? So what we have been doing with the customers, like how we can move the data with their own premises or data warehouse or their big data system, and then how we can virtualize the data and put the data into Salesforce as and when required, right? Do you really care about a task which is close to 10 years ago, that I sent some email to somebody, I created a task to meet somebody, a customer, the data is still sitting and occupying, and which is creating the problem? That's where the majority part of the data. And when you talk about data management, apart from this accumulation of data, what we talk about, we also refer sometimes the master data management or the deduplication of the data, because most of the times what we see, 50-60% of data are duplicate data, right? That is also causing the massive challenges and where revenue recognitions. Now, sometimes we have a two different company, you are invoicing and calculating differently, but in a nutshell, they are a single company, because this CRM data is getting down to your ERP or the system, because this has, but the deduplication is one of the part where sometimes also leaders ignore and they continue to do, and it never comes out when starting of the setting of the CRM. It only comes out when few years you realize it, 3, 4, 5 years, and the cost to maintain that, the cost to solve that problem is a bigger cost than taking those precautions during the initial implementation.
My next question is, what are the worst data related nightmare you have seen in a company? Like, if you can give some example, of course, without naming the client, if you can give us some example.
There are a lot of scenarios. I think there are a lot of pointers which Priya already mentioned. The deduplication issue, the way they are keeping a copy of data in multiple places, and they are not able to understand which copy is the right version, and how do they manage it. So whenever we went for the implementation, we see that um, why it is a nightmare, because they took those decision in the last minute when it is already gone to a stage where the data has really gone 200-300% more, and they don't know where it is heading and how they fix it. So that's one problem which they know that they have to fix the data issue. But the problem which they have as a nightmare is they don't have the right team, because the people who were there with them, they're not there for longer. So they don't have the understanding of which application, which solutions, whether certain data can be kept or how it has been managed, which is the primary information. They have integration with multiple Salesforce system, multiple different other platforms as well. So how the entire data movement is happening, the technical know-how sometimes is also not documented. Sometimes it is not with the right person. So this creates a bigger challenge just to get that information right, that this is what the information is, this is how we need to process. So the nightmare is all about dealing with the data, trying to find and organize and set it up. Then making sure it is compliant, making sure that the deduplication happens, or how do we manage process. Rest of the things is a next level story. But the nightmare that we face with the customers is all of this, and then everybody is going back and forth, and that takes a long time just to see how they bring everything together and keep things running. And this nightmare still continues, because technology is just a helping hand, but it finally boils down to the business processes and how the entire solution, because it's a complex system, because they companies not only just build their own empire, but they do acquire multiple companies as well on the way, and they have their own legacy system, they have multiple systems. When the integration and those things happens, that is the biggest nightmare which they have to face day in day out. And they have to overcome I'll say case by case, maybe like one by one they need to do that. And we as a partner, we help them to solve with them in those scenarios by phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So these are the challenges that we face very very high level.
Okay. And for PR, what are the worst nightmare?
Yeah, like one of the large healthcare company, I can tell you that they're using 10 to 15 Salesforce org, using like a health cloud for CRM, for service, for their quality management system is a separate system, and almost most of the provider data, right? And the informations, whatever the information, they have to be synced through, and they run a lot of marketing campaigns, and as per the industry regulations, the consent is a big part of that. And because there are many systems are generating the leads, and every lead can have their own consent or unsubscribe into that one, and syncing that data across the Salesforce system and bringing all data, keeping it a subset of data in one system to another system. Now slowly it looks like a one project, another project, but somebody can take a look in 1,000 feet above what's going on here. It is fully chaos. And now the company is having a lot of problem with the data transformation, data deduplication, data finding it out. And so you are already in a trap, what you call. Very difficult to come out from there and to do that. And now why business is going to sponsor this money or the shit which is created by tech, right? And it was not been planned properly. So same thing, a high-tech company for a inorganic growth, they acquire companies left and right, as Harish was also talking about. They use different CRMs, maybe Salesforce, maybe not. But I know during this the transaction happened, there is always a budget to set right and consolidate the systems together, right? But it's not that so easy. And at the end of the day, it is depend on the partner and their capability of doing such operation or such implementation. Now that is where that sometimes the partner only look at the certain part, and during the project delivery timeline and all that, they look at for output and try to close the project and declare the victory, right? But in a nutshell, again, if you look at it in the top, what exactly the problem statement and how strategically it can be solved, not only for this companies, but maybe the company or private equity is pushing the company to acquire more and more company in the future. So are you aligned looking at what not happened in the past or what you have in the present, but what is the future looks like for them? If they are in the plan of acquiring 10 more companies in the next 5 year or 2 year, 3 year, then what kind of tools, what kind of processes, what kind of strategies that you need to bring it so that you can combine them and make a consolidate into a single system so that everybody can use that one. So these are, I can give you 2 recent examples what we are working or we were working in the past.